Well, you'd be establishing a new camping site if you did that. I'd go out of their view if you're going to go for a nap. So I finally got an answer. It wasn't a move-on order that was the authority for this eviction. It was the enforcement of a council notice that camping is prohibited. So they have determined that this is a campsite, and what I was told is that as a result of that, anyone in the vicinity of the campsite, whether or not they're camping or whether or not they have equipment, are considered to be camping. And I was also advised that they are in the process of clearing the campsite now, and once they clear it, that they will leave and it will no longer be considered a campsite, and that it will be considered public property once again. So theoretically the public will be able to go back onto that property, but of course if the public comes back with sleeping bags, tents, tables, chairs, then it's going to be possibly considered a campsite again, and then the same thing will happen. So at this stage, we're just going to wait until everything is cleared and then see if we can treat it as public property and walk by again. Obviously you can record police when you're talking to them in public. There is no perceived perception of privacy. It is not wiretapping. They are recording multiple sources. But in the interest of getting an answer, since no one was going to give me an answer, I stopped recording so that I could have that conversation. As you can see, I'm currently being recorded, so that's obviously rubbish. So just to reiterate, it was not move-on order that applied to any individual. It was the facilitator for this action. The police are enforcing a council notice, which is no camping. So if you want to prevent this happening again, I would suggest you lobby the council to make exception or to rewrite that notice. Try to get the notice that they're referring to as well. Sorry?
What's going on here?
You know about the Occupy Wall Street and Occupy Sydney movement?
No.
Okay. Started last week and it's moved globally, basically people protesting various different things, and the way that they've been doing is by occupying different places of the world.
Yeah.
So in Sydney it was up there and it started a week ago, and tonight the police have come in because they've established it a camping site.
Yeah.
They've already previously taken everyone's camping equipment. I think it was like in the middle of the week or so.
Is that what they're doing now, taking the camping?
Yeah, they're tearing everything down and basically clearing the area.
Yeah.
And in the process, a bunch of people have been
So are
arrested.
these other protesters here?
No. That bus is probably full of them by now. These
Oh,
were.
they take them all on a bus. How lovely.
Yeah, if you decide to go, if you decide to comply, then you're here. But if you resist, then
So what's the
you
protest
get arrested.
for? Like, why would you take over an area? What are they protesting for?
Well, this is the reason that I'm here, to get their opinion on what they're protesting for.
Okay.
And what I've found is it's pretty fragmented, a lot of different points of view and a lot of different complaints about the system.
Yeah.
So it varies.
Yeah.
But the one thing that they do agree on, from what I could tell, is the economic system, that they don't agree with that. And that's why they were camping outside of the Reserve Bank, since that's the head of our economic system, basically. But there are a lot of people with very specific agendas as well, and that's why they were having like discussions and working groups and meetings to come to a general consensus on certain things.
Yeah.
I learn something new every day. I feel like
Yeah.
exactly kidding.
Thanks for letting us know.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Very enlightening. Yeah, challenge.
So, the notice in question, I'll read it because you can't pick it up.
Just got a warning again.
The following activities are prohibited in this area: driving or parking of unauthorised motor vehicles, the riding of bicycles, the use of toy vehicles within the meaning of the general traffic regulations, the use of skateboards or inline skates, consuming or bringing alcohol into this area, camping or staying overnight. So that's the one. Lighting a fire, sales of goods or services, or the pursuit of any business, trade or calling, littering or unauthorised depositing of refuse, any other act which may cause damage to the area, any other act which may cause inconvenience or injuries to others. Maximum penalty $550, Local Government Act 1993, Crown Lands Act 1989, by order of the General Manager, City of Sydney. So there you go. That's who you have to take it up with.
I guess it's pretty. Yeah. I mean, it's not.
My direction's lawful. If you don't move, you may be arrested. I'm not explaining anything. I couldn't be fair to you. Okay, thank you. Move on. Move on. Thank you. You can go somewhere else and just can't stay here. Alright? Move on. Go somewhere else.
Extend the line all the way to the middle apartments. Push it now all the way down, guys. Just someone's going to walk out to the back. Alright, let's go. Let's go. Alright!
Dressing.
Can any of you tell me if this is further enforcement of the notice of no camping, or if it's a move on order to any individual?
You have to ask the boss, is the bloke in the back with the nice fancy hat.
And how would you suppose I do that with you doing this?
Wait for it all to calm down, then go ask him, mate.
I will.
Once it's calmed down.
I will. I'm calm, don't worry.
Yeah, you're right.
Who did you guys say to ask?
The boss is the bloke in the fancy hat at the back.
Okay. So now I'm being pushed onto the street, in the middle of the street.
Drugs in your pocket? You got drugs in your pocket? One of you, I bet one of you have drugs in your pocket. I bet one of you have drugs in your pocket.
You ready to ask a question of the commanding officer?
Start facing that way. What's that one?
I want to ask a question of the commanding
Yeah, just
officer.
one second. Someone's talking to him, so you just gotta wait.
Two sections only.
Keep your eyes on the
Sorry.
Let's go forward! No, just walk. We're going around the city. Going around the city.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Come on,
We're going around the city like this. We're going around the city like this. We can do this around the city.
You know in New York, they're like Occupy Wall Street.
Crossing. Am I to cross?
Well, there you go guys, we're fucking been screwed. Fully screwed, bro.
First time, mate.
Nah man, not the
Well,
first time.
for the first time here, mate.
Yeah, it has been the first time we were screwed.
Sorry, I just said by opposite bullet that I'm allowed to go and sit on those stairs, so I'm going to go and do that.
Yeah, you do
Because I've been told on different occasions that I must leave Martin Place, that I am allowed to return to Martin Place to visit the War Memorial, not for to just pay my respects within 24 hours. I've been told I must leave the city. I've been told I am allowed to stay in the city. The most clear directions I've been given is to sit on those seats, so I'm going to sit on those seats.
This is ridiculous. I wonder where they're going to take him. Yep. No, I don't really have a piece of paper on me.
Okay, I just want to write some things down, but I don't want to leave this.
Well, this is going to go on YouTube, so speak.
Okay, I just want to clarify some of the conditions that I've been given. I can't remember the name of the senior officer who began talking to me, but I received a move-on order, and from
He specified it was a move-on order.
It was a move-on order from this place, and I asked what did they mean by this place, and the definition I got from the senior officer that I was spoken to was, I believe, between Phillip Street and Macquarie Street on Martin Place. I believe that's correct. That is the top section between the roads in Martin Place.
Did they say for how long?
For 24 hours I'm not allowed to return there. I did get confirmation that I am allowed to return, I'm allowed to go to the War Memorial at any time within those 24 hours to pay my respects. Or any other activity, I believe. I had that confirmed by Officer McKernan from Hurstville Police. While I was not occupying that space, but still in Martin Place, I was asked to move on again by the police, this time Officer Carvo. And as I was moving down alongside, or sort of going along with his orders, I was trying to clarify exactly where I'm allowed to go. And he said I'm not allowed to be in Martin Place. I asked him to clarify that more. He said I was not allowed to be in the city. So that confused me. I wasn't sure whether I was allowed to be within the city or just not within Martin Place. I then had a conversation with Officer Bullock to confirm. He said I'm not allowed, I'm allowed to sit on these steps. He clarified that I'm allowed to be in the city. I'm not sure whether I'm allowed into Martin Place. Officer Bullock also warned me that the city, and these are his direct words, that the city is dangerous at night because there are a lot of drunk Lebanese and Arabs about. And I asked him to clarify, are there any drunk white people about at this hour? And he said yes as well.
You want to state your name so this can be used as evidence?
My name is Matthew Kime. I'm recording this as evidence. I believe my last instructions from Officer Bullock was that I'm allowed to sit on these steps.
So you're attempting to lawfully follow that move-on order?
I am. I'm doing all that I can within the clarifications that I've been given, and I'm doing my best to follow the instructions that I've been given, but they have been changing within every second, it seems. So it's very difficult to understand what the police are allowing me to do at this point.
Now, were you a bystander or a protester?
I was not a protester, I was an occupier.
Okay, so you were camped, you were sleeping, what was the situation?
I was sleeping in Martin Place, as I believe everyone has the right to do.
Did at any point any officer take your name or any other details?
My details have been taken.
Okay. Anything else you want to say?
There's nothing else I want to say at this point. Thank you.
Joey?
Do you mind if I take it?
No, not at all.
I really appreciate that. So your name is Joey?
You got a phone?
I do.
Might last longer if you SMS yourself or put a note or something. Everything that I'm putting up, everything that I'm filming, I'll put up on YouTube and put the link through Facebook. So I'll give you my Facebook username and Twitter username so you can find it. And then if you message me, then get in contact that way.
What am I to do? Call you?
Yeah, that's fine as well.
So
Yep, 0414. Hang on. For that one I should